me. Left 2D 皮翻嚟啦 ，Woo！ 再見啊 Pang，多謝嗰度尋龍者打機 ，Hello 區軒，跟住 Hello Well Poor 係咪咁讀啊 ？Hello 戰鬥女僕 ，Hello Werewolf Game。Ooh, my Live 2D is back. I was so glad that it worked. Hold on, let me put things in a better way on my 2 screens. 睇好個 chat 先。chat OK。好，然之後跟住都可以睇得好啲嘅。好，咁樣啦。OK。Oh, there's an event. Is it an important event? Oh yeah, overflow. Just premos is fine.
Let the magic begin!
Oh. Wait, what? I'm from Genshin Shenanigans. Yes. I didn't know. I know she's... I know we can get her for free, but I didn't know we can get her right away.
Let the magic begin!
Oh. Okay. Oh, already a new batch. Nah, not important enough for me to try on stream. 啊，點解遲咗咧？就係我頭先咧就係收到我張 debit card，跟住咧我就出去入錢，然之後我就可以想點算？我答呢，我就係收到張 debit card，跟住我就諗住出去入錢啦。其實就入錢，其實入錢就唔係咁重要嘅。我想講，其實即本身係唔需要入錢嘅，只係咧我又想買嗰個 online 嗰個WiFi 個 plan 啦，跟住我又想 skip 啦，跟住我又醒起我要買嗰個 Pokemon DLC 啦，跟住我又要洗衫啦，所以我就咁就出去入錢啦咁樣。因為咧，我本身係諗住下次出街係星期六嘅，但係我就因為聽日要有 DLC 嘛，所以我就早啲出去，咁我就可以去 skip。同埋我發覺洗一次衫，下一層。洗一次衫係要總共係6蚊英鎊咯，係要3個6洗一次，跟住2個4乾一次咁樣，所以係總共6蚊洗衫，貴啊！我諗住 investigate， 咁錯仔。I just want to investigate. Let me. Okay. Oh. Wait. Right the never line. 這裡度係咪呢？ I assume this is it. Sit. A minute. Is it gonna start? Navia line. 跟住咧，我就出咗去入錢啦。我係從來都冇入過錢嘅，我唔知道入錢係原來係咁容易。咦？佢唔開始嘅。Am I supposed to swim there？ 定我要同佢講開始咁？How do you do? When does the immediately? Oh. Okay.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan.
Hello.
The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
Okay.
Also, please remember to buy the Steambird. though I don't read it myself.
Okay.
The destination of the current tour is Erinias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity.
Wait, what?
Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
That one? The blue one? Huh. So what kind of animal is it? It has wings. I can't tell.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark.
Okay.
Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens.
Melson.
Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we supposed to jump? Oh, welcome to Fontaine. Wait, this is the actual Fontaine? Oh. Bye-bye. Wait, oh! Teleport point. Oh, 所以呢，我哋係以後都唔會再搭 Aqua Bus. So the Aqua Bus is just there for the first experience. What is this? Enter. Enter. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh. Look at those chests. What's that law? 全部都鎖住。哦。哦。我要解咗嗰個嘢先。Oh no！ 呢個係咩嚟嘅喎？呢個係大 test 嚟嘅喎，即係應該好難咯。Okay, gameplay tutorial. Water volume detection crystals. The mystical crystal construct seems to have originally been designed to test the dampness of its surroundings, but it seems that it can only detect its own dampness and react accordingly. In a situation where it is continually affected by hydro, maybe something nice and unexpected will occur. Okay. Move. Oh! 我可以叫佢 move 嘅。Move. move 得唔夠快。全部都失落咁樣。唔係應該叫晒佢哋全部 move 咩？How do you do this? Move, move, move. And then they're all wet. Do they switch places? Wait. No, they don't. I'm super confused. Get點解啊？Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that was. Didn't learn anything.
Finding treasure is pretty exhilarating.
呢個咧？Oh, you don't move. I'm just supposed to wait all of them. Không我咁樣。We need Yolan。差啦，嗰度尋夢者。唔得喎，唔夠快喎。Oh shit。
Everyone hold hands!
There is no escape!
Time for a light show!
Yeah, tiger. Dog.
Shine down!
Come on, second.
Fire hazard!
Are they helping me with the hydro thingies? I'm a bit confused. Oh, come on, second. Oh, they won't end as long as they won't end as long as I get all of the statues away. Is that it? Can I just? Okay. Okay, I got it.
Everyone hold hands!
There is no escape!
Oh. Konnichiwa. Oh, anime. Oh, okay. Did I call you RCC or anime?
Take them. I have no need.
Okay. Yolan. I want to replace Mo now. Let's just. Sorry, Nahida.
It's time to pull the trigger.
Do you know how to speak in English?
Astrologers must read.
I can't. I don't want to process Japanese. It would help a lot if you can. Not wet enough. Ugh.
Take it easy.
Dimma. Jojo MK. 그러면 안 닦게. I don't get it. 點算呢？係咪應該要呢度擺低呢個？唔夠濕咩？點啊？係咪要 co-op 㗎？Are we supposed to co-op this? Go up. Oh, okay. 佢要等一陣佢先至會 activate 嘅意思。跟住要嗰個等一陣就已經太耐啦，好難啊！ So quiet. Hello, how do I read your name? Set CC. Do you want to say something about that? What? Ooh. You need to solve another puzzle before solving this one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Take it easy.
Ah,
take it easy.
Wrong button. Okay then. Goodbye, Yolan. Ooh, her poster. Wait, I want to see how she enters. Anyway.
I've been waiting.
Let's get to the city. I have no idea who you're talking about. Can we kill this one? Oh. Oh, Angus. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I love her. Ooh, new ore? I don't have. Very easy, I believe. Yeah, I don't have a claymore character with me. Claymore or sword, I don't have either. Fine. Talking about. Oh, I don't watch that. Sorry. I don't
Alright,
watch that, so I
let's
have
head
no idea
off.
what you're talking about. Dance crystal. I see. Oh. Watch anime. I watch anime, but I just don't watch that one.
Time to
But
plot in a hurry.
But I don't actually watch that many, to be honest. Do you know another one? Oh, are those the boss? Would me entering trigger the boss? Oh, so it will only be triggered after the story or something like that? Hello, hello. Okay, I assume so. Let's get to where we're supposed to go. So which one have you watched? The Promised Neverland? Terror and Tuesday. SAO, I don't know. Showed Hero Season 1. Finding Girls Senpai. Charlotte of Garden. 雷凌將軍日語配音響度爆。但我玩英文嘅，玩錯邊添。晚上好啊，Sunny。
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The
Oh.
Opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
And a lot of pigeons.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Lol.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Oh, I see a teleport point. Huh? What is that?
What's wrong?
I don't like the effects. Did you just say something, Paimon?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Whose voice was that just
Welcome
now?
to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Oh, okay.
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
By the way, Lynette, I seem to hear a faint voice just now.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
It seems as if the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon,
This man got
are
wife
you?
that. What a Julio Burris is doing is.
It's not the
Some
kind
people
for
in
eerie
Fontaine.
things.
What? Why are you so rude? Wait, let me look at him later. I forgot his face
Let's
already.
see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When you're sad?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions.
Oh.
Like I just mentioned,
I don't
the
really
Fountain of
cry when I'm
Lucine is where
happy.
all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
Mango wife and handsome people are still single. Maybe handsome people just don't want a wife.
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
Huh, that's an interesting explanation.
So, what did the voice say?
It seems to be calling out someone's name.
Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Why
Let's go in
did
and see Linny.
Why did she ask us to chat with? Why did she ask us to chat with her brother? She can. She can do it. Oh. Offerings to the Fountain of the Scene. What do we offer? Hydropolis? What? You can throw the hydrosigils. Oh, you obtain a cross fontaine into the fountain. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's look at that guy again. I mean, is he ugly? Is it just me or do you ask for more than I did somehow? In the light of that prophecy, what? But it's just a legend and not something that will happen for sure. What if you is there a prophecy about asking too much from the fountain? I'm worried about Lynette. Me too. I think I saw, like, I think something happened to her at the trailer or something. But I forgot. Been a while. I don't really want to remember spoilers. So don't spoil me. Wee. I really failed to see how what's that called? Liyue is the most prosperous city. I really failed to see how that's possible. Oh, that's a dog. I thought someone's lying on the ground. Okay. Must be Zhongli?
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're
When is it
actually right on
actually?
time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
Okay. Not.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Thank you.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Linny.
Isn't front row like two forward?
Don't mention it.
Then
There's
we
no
have
need to keep thanking
look
me.
up if we sit at the front row.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
I mean, didn't Lius got Morax to make all the Mora? Yeah.
Oh,
He did
I'll be
make all
right
the
there.
Mora, but then he...
Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Morax did make all the Mora, but then somehow he forgot to make any for himself for retirement. That's like people are so in love with Xiongli, and then I was like I was so angry. Like first he just gave up his what's that gnosis to Signora, and then second he like how dumb is a person? How dumb can he be for not making any money for himself? Where are the lovebirds? Search for them. I know only one location, Mondstadt. And Mondstadt was so tiny. Like looking back, Mondstadt is just part of Liyue. And Liyue is even tinier now. Sure.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
Okay. Wee. Ooh. Oh wow. That isn't a lot of seats.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Our seats, but it's just one seat. Oh, it's the altar. The High Judge. Yes?
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
You're up, Paimon.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Yes, he make more because Ningguang is imagining wife. What is there, or he make so much contact that people are unable to contract that people are unable to pay him back. Are an interest. What? I lost it when you said Ningguang is his imaginary wife. Wasn't he with Guaizhong or something?
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
He kind of sounded like a robot. He kind of sounded like an AI.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh my gosh, he sounds like an AI.
Oh,
Is that?
so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
Did you hear his teaser that Genshin recently released? I have not watched it because I have not, like, this is where I am in the story and I don't want to watch further than I should know. So I haven't watched it. This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
He actually sounds like an AI. I feel uncomfortable.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Vaudain.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat.
Oh.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Yes.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see
Monsieur
my show.
Nevelet. Okay. Nevelet. What an honor.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Neuvillette is.
Do you have baby in your game collection? What? What do you mean? Imagine if he spoke what the AI voice TikTok used.
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
Paimon, you shouldn't be rude to any person. And it's even worse to say it like this.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
Sure.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Oh. Wait, what? She wasn't there just now.
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Oh, she's at the back. Hello. Okay.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Lol.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Interesting. You don't know about baby. His name is technically her child. So I just confirmed the child name means baby. Oh, okay. I have him, but I got him by accident.
All right, please wait just
So
a
I
moment
don't really
longer.
like.
I've pretty much finished
I
my
am not
preparations, and the
that much
performance
of a
will
fan
start
of him.
as soon as the
So
audience has made
he's
their
just
way to
sitting
their
at the
seats.
bench.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Yeah, I do agree that Farina has something up her sleeve. Crowds enter the venue and the curtains open for the show to begin.
Ooh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Paimon, sit down.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
You're blocking the view. Just sit down, Paimon.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Hello. Clap, 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 clap.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Clap, 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 clap. There are no
Hello,
claps for her. There are no claps? Oh, there it is.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Since you don't know about child, you should know about what? Who even? I do know about child. I have him. I just don't use him because I'm not that big of a fan. I have like other characters that I favor over him, so
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
okay.
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Okay.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I
Okay.
know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
Okay.
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Okay.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear.
The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely.
Oh,
right
fun.
before your very eyes.
That's fun.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
What?
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know what I just watched, but it's animation. So. So are they actually magic or something? I'm confused, but wow. Pop, pop, pop.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Hyman didn't see him do anything!
Maybe the magical one is Lynette. The magic of the, but like Glenny is just the one doing all the talking.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
No wonder he's a famous magician.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Hyman couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here.
Bullfrog, it's obvious. H. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't even fought him in my own world. Because I've fought him a few times, but only in other people's worlds. I have not played that story of Zhongli's. I should probably do it. I think it's been 2 years. More than 2 years, maybe even. I think it was like 1.6. Oh, fuck. It's already 4.1. Structure is same as frog. When his mouth become large. Yeah, I do know what you mean.
The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
That is not elemental magic.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
Yes.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Okay.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Okay.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
Let's watch and see.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
Oh.
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then,
It's gonna be us, isn't
let's
it?
begin. Let me see.
Oh.
Row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box.
Yikes.
If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Where?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown?
Okay.
Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
I'm sure Lenny's prepared.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
On the other side?
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Lol.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Okay.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38! Mr. Lenny, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all part of the show.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage? Maybe it was just to divert our attention.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25, 24, 23!
HK means Hong Kong, yeah. HK means Hong Kong.
What's wrong, Mr. Lenny? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19!
How are people hearing him from all the counting?
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone.
Hong Kong is so It's Hong Kong, so where is Disneyland? Disneyland is on... What's that called? The island.
It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now.
8!
Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
But is the audience safe? What about the other one? 就剩有一個，做啊天能。Oh shit. Question mark.
What happened?
Wait, what? Was that not intentional? Oh shit.
Huh? Is this part of the show?
Excited
Mr.
audience
Lippy,
member.
You're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
What? After some time, the guards? The what?
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
Oh. What about the girl?
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
Oh.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
And to pull it off like this in front of an audience, including the Archon and Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Well. As expected from Hoyoverse, now you know why Traveler was not chosen. Oh.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
Okay.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He is a suspect at most. It's hard to believe all this happened during the show.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Why is she... What?
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
Why is she backing down?
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
I trust Lenny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Why is she so into us?
But with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome.
Who made her Archon? I don't see any quality in her. You are reminding me of what? I'm confused.
So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Yes, I am.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big-shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Okay. Weirdo. Everyone is dismissed and the audience begins to leave along with Farina and Neverlet.
Lenny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
The glasses type thing your avatar had is mine. Oh, it's a goggle.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal.
Yeah.
I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
It's hard to say. No?
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did.
It's Lenny actually... Like... He's actually doing magic, right? So maybe someone with even stronger magic?
Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
But there's no denying what happened.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
How does it fit your face?
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
You have your own savings?
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
Lol. That Archon don't read newspaper because Traveler is famous.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down. I'm used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer.
Hello,
How's the
officer.
investigation going?
We're Lenny and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it.
Why was Cowell inside? Wasn't the girl supposed to be in there?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap.
Yes.
All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
Since yesterday. Hello. Do I call you Sid? Hello, hello. How are you doing? Pretty okay? I'm really confused with the story right here. Sid is good. Okay. This look of Paimon with mustache. I wish this type of Paimon remained somehow through the journey.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
But that's not always true. People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
I'm so far behind in this game. I'm still at monster. You're really far. You're really far. Are you sure you want to be reading spoilers? You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation. Okay. Oh damn. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case record and investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Oh, this is like one part of the story. Cool. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. Okay. I don't care about spoilers. Okay. I played when it first came out. What? How are you so in Mondstadt? I usually trade spoilers for spoilers. What? Guards investigation report. The investigation from the guards indicate that the fireworks launched at the tail end of the magic performance set the rope dangling the water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Caldwell, who was within it. It seems evident that Lenny is the likeliest user of the prop to commit a crime. However, the reason for the victim being Caldwell and the reason for the chosen lady's disappearance remain mysteries. Been busy. Seems fair. And was banned at the start of 2 years. Wait, what? What did you do? Did you like use a mod or something? The deceased is one of Lenny's assistants, named Caldwell. He was well trusted by all his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. Did a primo jam glitch? Lol. Examine white line. This is where the magic box was struck. If Caldwell weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. Oh.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Lenny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Someone burned the ropes. Someone cut the ropes and have it burn slightly for it to break.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material!
Oh.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means...
It's meant to be burned?
Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
Special rope. This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation has shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. The broken magic box was left on the stage after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. Hello.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh. This location has also been cordoned off because the magic troupe members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is? We're Lenny and Lynette's attorneys.
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Imagine living in that. Imagine living in Fontaine during that time, and you're at that age, and you're female. Thanks for letting us know all this.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Information about the missing lady's identity. Halsey is a missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. She isn't known to be entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Lenny's magic troupe. Hello.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Oh.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
Oh, Harry. Chalky.
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Lol.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Random number selector. This device was used during Lenny's magic performance to choose a lucky number of the audience. However, the guards have found that it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, someone has tampered with it. But it's true though. Would picking a girl be better for the magic, the magic performance, the swapping? It looks like an ordinary box, but Lenny somehow moved instantly from stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? Hello, Chris. 3 consecutive live streams. Hardworking. That's it? Oh, 你講緊今日唔係琴日，今日同埋聽日係嘛？Thank you. I mean, I'm just free, so thank you though. Molly.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright. Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Yeah. 需要 check 咩先 ？Confusion。啊，跟到。Hello.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Hi, interested too.
If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Oh.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Strange sound during the magic show. During the switching performance, there was an audible thump that many audience members heard.仲有多一個。嗰度上面。What? Ở邊度？咦，我哋有冇得出去嘅咧？我覺得上面睇下。我哋可以出去。
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Taylor Swift.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
I'm Taylor Swift.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it.
Okay.
And I, Navia, have the
Oh,
honor
you're
of being its
Navia.
renowned president.
Navia Line.
Though those who play
that
by
named
our
after her?
rules call me boss.
Okay.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Hello.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
You need to drink water, bro.
Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
Huh?
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay. I like her pose. Let me take a screenshot of her. Okay.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
She does that.
But that's not uncommon for her.
Yeah.
If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away.
Hello, Andy Lark.
Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Well, when you put it like that...
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well...
Not always.
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious like trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Bro, we're the attorney.
Wait, since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
Okay.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
Okay.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
Lol.
And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
Okay. She just wants to hear about the tricks, doesn't she? Who are you?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Chores?
It's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Entrances and exits to the Opera House. No one left the Opera House during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Okay.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Okay,
Very
Molly.
good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
Could you?
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
See, no one who knows who she is.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Firepower.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole... And these are my companions.
Situation.
Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
Lol.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Okay. She just wants to reveal their commercial secrets.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Lynette looks so worried.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
Oh.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Huh.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
And this passage linked the two boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
No, but like, if it's really just set up like this, then how is that magic?
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side of the trick?
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Yeah.
And you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
Oh, so, okay. It's just Mike, bro.
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
Wait, what?
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Wait, what? No wonder people drew them swapping clothes.
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
I can tell a lot of thought was put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
So something must have happened here, in this floor.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
But how did Lynette do her trick? I'm interested in that more. The magic trick. Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box, and the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lenny himself would also use this tunnel to get into the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of the onstage interactions. Onstage magic box structure. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette, in Lenny's clothes, remained hidden. She would appear at the end of the magic trick, lead people to believe that Lenny had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. Audience side magic box structure. The magic box at the center of the audience stands has 2 layers, and beneath it is an entrance to an underground tunnel. This is how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. But how did they make a hole on the floor? Isn't that the cord or something? This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. A ladder is required in order to return the magic box above.
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lenny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
A chopped hook rope. A rope that has fallen to the ground. A metal hook has been tied to one end of this rope. Its use is unclear.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Yes, we can see.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for a trick.
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug
Oh.
And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
Why is she saying vase? Isn't it vase?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Okay. Broken flower vase. There are many pieces of broken flower vase on one side of the tunnel. All the water within has been spilled. Judging from the distance, it seems unlikely that it was knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Oh.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
That's pretty. Lenny didn't mention the guests having water drained.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Wasn't Paimon's glasses clear? I thought it was clear. When did it started having the swirls? Lol. The young lady's clothes. Looks pretty. Clothes belonging to Halsey. The lady who went missing were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. High precision is required to complete this magic show, and tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its designated course. All kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Oh.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes, Lenny and Lynette were in the two magic boxes.
Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Hello, Griff. How are you today? Pretty nice. What about you? Oh yeah, I got my debit card, so I'm happy about that. Tunnel vent. The tunnel vent looks like it would allow one person passage. Barely. But leaving along with the missing lady seems an unrealistic prospect. You sound really happy today. Do I?
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Was 1.5?
Yes. Let's head back up.
I'm pretty confused about the story here, though. Trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The culprit mustn't have used this to execute their plan. Return to the surface. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. Wait, I already read that. The story is sleep.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
What does that mean? It would seem so. What does a secret
Plot
chamber mean?
thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial.
Paimon's glasses returned.
So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
What do you want me to tweet? Write down what you want me to tweet. I'll find one. Okay. Sure. Sure, why not? Huh. There, I tweeted it. That was really random, but... Twitter notif. What? Let me get the link for you. Here. Here. Follow my Twitter. Sorry. Follow my Twitter. Okay. Let's continue. Sorry. The Oratrice will too.
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice.
Oratrice, okay.
To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Novelet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Okay.
Ah, yes. The guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Where did Paimon go? What? Paimon's there?
Huh? Why?
Huh?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
Sure, that isn't Paimon. That's a new Genshin character. But oh, you mean because the glasses and mustache?
I'm ready to break out at any time.
What?
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
True.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack
of
of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Oh. No, it's not the time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
Later.
I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
Good. Well, I wouldn't. I want snacks.
No snacks. Of course we'll have snacks.
Lol.
If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
okay.
Huh?
She cooks.
Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Huh. Huh. Wiz will eat all the snacks.
Wait,
nah,
you're carrying
I'm
a
not
portable
rude.
stove with you?
What is today's? I haven't gotten any, but like I went grocery shop. I went grocery shopping earlier, and I got some. What's that called? Chicken popcorn chicken, like those chicken, but like a small bowl. I'm gonna put them in the air fryer. Maybe later, maybe tomorrow. Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the
Why?
demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Wow.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment.
Oh, now I'm
You'll get to
hungry.
taste my awesome snacks soon enough. These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rusilla thing. Nevia methodolic. Oh my gosh.
That it smelled
No,
good while
I'm
it was
really
still in the
hungry.
oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
Lol.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I
Oh.
just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout.
Oh.
You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Oh.
Anyway,
They really are French.
fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
They really are French.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Oh, is that actually a thing?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thank you. Why don't you take a break as well?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
They should sit. They should sit.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Yes. What are the two of them doing at the oven?
However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So, apart from the twins, we're left with 2 other people, the missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Discarding of her clothes.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Yeah.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off.
I hope you've been well, Wes. I do think about you every time. Thank you.
Nor
I
does
hope
she
you've
have
been
any
well, too.
motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
Lol. How did 5 macarons fit in Paimon's body?
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Right.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
So there's this invisible person? That's fine. If you ate them, you ate them.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there's really no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
I am hungry.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Navia, there's a second round of baking over the 2 missing. However, the discussion that follows does not yield much
That's it
progress.
for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Probability of 3rd person being involved. Neither Caller nor Halsey had a motive, but after having talked to Navia, the likelihood of a 3rd person being involved seems very low too. If Wiz was accused of a crime, she would get away with it. Why?
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Oh. Oh, my phone died. Oh. Let me just have a charge. Oh, whoops. Well, they have to look at you once and they will see that you're innocent. Hold on. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Wait. Okay, let's just use bird form for a bit. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Huh? Wait, what? Come on. Wait. Nani? Is OBS acting up? I am capturing window too. Huh. Nani? Okay, what about this? Okay, let's just do this for a bit. I am back. Okay.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed.
Wait until the following day.
No.
Okay. Time.
Can it be?
Wait. Following day. 8. Wait, it's time. It is time.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I do have some thoughts.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
Yeah.
Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Okay.
Finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
Not really well. Hold on, I'm setting up the camera again. Phone is being really slow.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
What about yours, bro?
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Okay, I'm back. I am back.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Lining clearly reveals the details of the magic trick.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lenny is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
The thud. The loud thud.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know about the sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They probably represent the oratress stand on trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
Okay.
Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
Wait, I never heard about it. They are Fatui.
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Lol.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Lol.
Hey, Linny. Why didn't you tell us this before?
Sorry, we're kind of racist against the Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points.
Yes.
First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There was no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lenny has concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
You are very cute, but I have to go to work now. Good luck at work. Thank you, thank you.
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Creepy girl. The way she laughs. How awkward as a jury do you meet with Lenny and Lynette?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
只有查到见到雷暴，辛苦晒。
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vtui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
How can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates? Well, I would want to understand too.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon
The
thinks she
third
gets what you
person.
mean.
Lenny's statement. Lenny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Arch's core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place and thus did not hear the thud. The voice in the Arch's core chamber. Lenny claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that houses the Arch's core within the Opera House underground structures.
Delved into destiny.
The brief adjournment ends and the nail-biting trial converges.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Based on the position's account of events, you can identify loopholes in your statement. Okay. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of the fact and replace them with new defenses. Use your refutation to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The archers will display such shifts clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Oh.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
Identify loopholes. Lenny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Arch's core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place, and thus did not hear the thud.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Oh. this? Wait, what? I'm very confused.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
So cool that we get these graphics.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
No, but Lucky could have planned it. He doesn't have to be the one who does it.
Paimon
to be
did it! Paimon
not
actually
innocent.
managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
She was blushing.
In other words,
She
you
is
believe
blushing.
that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in an premeditated fashion.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
If Kawa ran into him, that is what Farina said there.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Lenny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Oh, your claim has now become my weapon. Wait, what? Which is the evidence that Lenny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Strange sound during the magic show.
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
I'm confused. Wasn't the point that Lenny caused the thud? That is, and then he caused the thud, and then he didn't expect everyone to hear it, and so he said he didn't hear it. Wasn't that the point?
This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played.
use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Murderer was... If you've made mistakes, you must make another selection. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. The arts investigation reports indicate that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the ropes suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Kawa in the box below. If Lenny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath. Lenny himself would also use the tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of the onstage interactions. Clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Huh.
That can't be right. Are you serious?
I'm not even sure.
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
I'm not even sure.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Huh.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the opera house through it. The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... No one entered or left the It would have been tough for both people...
Oh. I don't even know.
No one entered or left the The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from...
Bruh.
Linny was not in the tunnel at... The sound we heard
I
may
don't
have
even
come...
know. I'm just picking
No one
random
entered or
things
left
here.
the... Halsey's clothing was...
Bruh. Okay, those two were correct.
The deceased's name is
Lol, the
Cowell,
game is so
Linny's
fed up with me not knowing which one is correct.
No one entered or left the...
The criminal must have understood the methods behind Linny's magic trick, and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Koa had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. A strange noise could likely have been the sound of Koa and Hazley struggling. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have been This would have given time for Kawa to bring Heya out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guards' testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Heya go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Are you any nearer, bro?
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Yeah, explain how she escaped from the water tank. Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second. Hold on, she's making that pose again. Wait. Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
The vase.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Kawa's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense.
What is this music change?
Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
After some time, Gar returns with news. Good day.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste.
Hello, how do I call you? Baladin? Hello, Balden? Balden? Good day.
We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
It's fine. No, but like, how do you pronounce it? Balden?
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
Oh.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
What?
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty.
There's no way to pronounce it right, so it's fine. Okay.
The notes also state that these
How do you
dissolution
pronounce
properties
it?
work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
Oh. Ah.
As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
With only one A. Balden. Is that it?
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Okay. Hello.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues.
I'm getting nervous with the BGM here.
Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found.
How far are you with the quest? Here I am. Here I am.
Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
I'm not in Fontaine yet, so I don't know. Oh, well, I am still in the first part. I think this is, well, this is of course just 4.0, but I'm not really sure how far I am in 4.0. I would say like this is maybe 4 over 5 of 4.0. Water from the primordial sea. The liquids the guards found in Cowell's luggage seems to have the ability to dissolve Fontanians into water.
The deceased's name is Cowell. The rope that strung the water tank up. Now it seems like the hook rope. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
Oh, not those two?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
The balloons.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not...
Oh, so the hook were to...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Oh, so there were water inside of the balloons, and then the hook was to pop the balloons.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
Yes.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
Yeah.
Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage.
Thank you for the bits. That was random, but thank you.
But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
What happened?
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Where are you, though? Where are you in the game?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Hi.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Oh no.
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
Okay, I now see why why trials are treated as operas. Just got to Sumeru. Oh, okay. Do you know that you can skip the whole Sumeru and just walk to Fontaine? Because the only prerequisite quest for Fontaine is that you complete the volume thing.
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Uh-oh.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion,
if you want to.
It does seem that the thing Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
But I would advise you to follow how the story is meant to be. Sumeru is quite big though. I think, I think you could complete the story without exploring too much. I mean, I skipped the whole desert, so yeah.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Well, I'm very confused, so.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
What does the HKEN stand for? Well, it stands for Hong Kong EN VTuber. I am from Hong Kong, but I'm like not currently in Hong Kong. It just means that I sometimes speak in Cantonese and sometimes in English.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
What? I'm very confused.
And voila!
What?
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
I am so very confused.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
Where's Halsey?
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
I forgot about it.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practiced hand at concealment, probably.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Okay. The number selector. Oh, okay. The hook. Bruh. What is this? Okay. Maybe start from here. Broken hook. Oh, fuck. Number selector. What? Strange sound.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
She looks so pretty. The vase.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Oh, yikes. And then... The dress? Oh, the dress should be last. The hook? Number selector? Clothes?
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Okay.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
Rip.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
Yeah.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
So that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
Lol.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowl entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house.
Why did she just leave her clothes there? Funny.
As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Is Serena the Hydro Archon? Yes, yes she is. Very funny girl. Does it just print the papers?
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
Oh, is this his accomplice?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
What is Coupon Town?
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
But then if everyone can be solved with water, then isn't that really dangerous? The guards can't even protect him from water.
Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Oh gosh. Yeah, like you can't protect a person from water. He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Fortunately, we're not from Fontaine, so this is not our problem.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
However, nothing is found from the scene, apart from the liquid left behind.
So, we're just going back now?
Let's just leave this nation and its turmoil. The problem seems to have been solved for now. We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
Ouch.
But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just don't wish to see anyone be falsely accused. I just want to be sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The lady with black fingers?
The knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
Lol.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
So what happened after that?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The Neve is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Huh. Oh,
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I still can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I understand. Goodbye. Who is the Neve? Old Lady Arlecchino. The lady with dark fingernails, dark fingers. Did you watch the Fatui meeting video? The lady who was shipped with the girl and with the white mask around her eyes. The girl who was laying on Signora's coffin. Do you know what I'm talking about? Leave the opera house. I believe
Decided by destiny.
Yes, I believe that would be like the end of Fontaine's story. Maybe, probably, hopefully.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
I'm sorry, Navia.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lenny. I wasn't necessarily looking to serial disappearing cases.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
I forgot to put out the clock again. Where's the clock? Clock. There. Here.
It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Is she trying to guilt trip us?
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me.
Oh, okay.
Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Lol, okay.
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later.
Isn't it really dangerous that water can kill people, though? Like, if you were just sitting outside for a meal, or like sitting inside even, then someone just sprinkle some water on you.
Anyway,
dissolve.
it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Well, let's go have that meal then.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Act 1 complete. How many acts are there? Semi-automatic. What? Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear. Act 2. Act 1 is so long. How long is Act 2 gonna take? Should I leave this for next time? Let's see, how long have I been drinking? 3 hours. Let's continue for a little bit. Tell the board. Where's that? So far. Oh, teleport point. Let's continue for a little bit. Oh, teleporter. Okay.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
When do we eat at a hotel like this?
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Oh. We don't have to, like, order our favorite dishes?
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
How many people are there?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
How many people are there in your group?
Yeah. Sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Oh, I'm starting to get hungry.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
What about the 2 guys?
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Nah, the guards suck.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
I do admit that they did great with capturing the girl.
Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's alright.
Hydrate, okay. Hello, Ray.
This was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Well, we're supposed to ask the High Chook Archon about our sibling. But,
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
but Lenny and Lynette didn't expect we are twins too.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Lol.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways?
Like breaking
Perhaps
into your
even
room?
methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
She's gonna prosecute us again.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Nah.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
For you, maybe.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Lol.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that? But Navia's funny.
All right,
I
no
quite
more
like her.
joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
But someone with her personality really feels shame.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink?
What's a
Sorry
Fanta?
about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Yeah, with that full table of desserts.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I'd have to agree.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
What's the Fanta?
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
I bet it's really expensive.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know?
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Excuse me?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia!
Yikes.
What are you... Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Seems that was pretty tough for her.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
Thank you for the food and thank you for paying. Goodbye.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give
Okay.
your request the highest priority.
Okay, goodbye, partner.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Act 2. Wait, wasn't... Huh? That was Act... What? What? Didn't we just... 分先做頭啦，居然。嚇，頭先唔係 Act 2咩？ Wasn't that just Act 2? Wait, what? Wasn't that Act 2? Go to the Fountain Plaza in front of the Opera House. Oh. I thought that was Act 2. What team do you use? As you can see, on A, Yoi, and Heya. Almost forgot her name. Oh, wait.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Also, I take it back that I am not at 4/5 in the 4.1 story at all.
Vache.
Yes.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
It's clearer than it was during the day.
That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
I can feel strong emotions.
Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler?
Uh-oh.
Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
That's not good. Hello. Where is this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
You lost your form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
She'd be one of the girls who were dissolved.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
I think I remember there was one thing about the other Oceanid saying how she was washed away some years ago when the Archon changed, and like they were exiled or something because they didn't get along with the Archon. Was it? Or like something about the water being polluted.
No matter where I went, Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
I mean, chatting together would be nice.
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
Why are you calling his name?
If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
That means Vacher was a witness to the fact that you dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
That's kind of creepy.
I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Is that Paimon? Alright, I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Do you swim regularly? Yes? I would say so. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Bad girl. Is she a 5-star?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Chlorand. Alright.
Quick, now's our chance!
Damn. Can the sword just crack the other way to go? Oh no, she's cool too. No wonder people ship them.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Oh, yeah. Follow my Twitter. I make a schedule for every week, so you can see when I stream. But I would be streaming more on YouTube. Like I am currently streaming on both at the same time. But I would be streaming mostly on YouTube later. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube too.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Okay, no need to bring my father into this.
Do not speak of my father!
Don't have Twitter, but I will try to get to your streams here. Oh, well, you do have YouTube, don't you? You do have YouTube too, don't you? I mean, there.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Ouch.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
No, but like, if they were to attack Navia, why didn't they just use water? Sprinkle her with water or whatever. Isn't water like the way easier?
And what about these garter mechs?
Yeah.
I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
Bro, sprinkle her with water.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Not what I'm saying. I was just stating the facts.
Yes. Be careful. And do
She actually
not
said yes.
act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike
thank
again
you for the
anytime
follow.
soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Oh. Well, why won't they strike again anytime soon? I don't get the logic, but okay.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
What? Oh, what's that?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Pao? Thank you for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
Okay.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Yeah, okay, so fair.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Cool, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
What did she do?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
What?
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Wait, do you mean that? I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure. Oh, someone put the primordial seawater into our drink.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me,
I would be having a diarrhea.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine. Otherwise, who would have been?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well,
fun.
You did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too!
Ah,
but
fun! Let's drink more!
Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That's fun.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Fashir was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
You tell everyone about what happened when you were connected to the ocean.
Vache.
Something.
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Or, since this is how the story is playing out, maybe he is one of the, people who are assigned, one of the people from the organization, which is why he watched but didn't do anything? Question mark? Or he watched and didn't stand up for testimony. We should try searching for him.
Thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner. But we, I mean us too, right?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Oh. Maybe the we meant her group.
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us will cost them. Lol. This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Yay!
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Wait, what?
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
So when you guys are not around, the base is not secure? Okay, let's leave the rest for next time. Whee! I'm hungry. Okay. Achievement. We got 3. Oh. Sell toy.
Astrologers must
我都食飯，夠係啊，肚餓咯，肚餓啊。Maybe I should take a
material
bath
desires.
first.
Only by reading.
Probably should have headed out, but I need to head out to put money into my debit card.
Ones who the truth.
Oh. Can you show what you got? Characters. Oh. It's really not that interesting.
Fate
Here? Wait, maybe not here.
is called as such for.
Here? What do you mean new? She's not new. Oh, maybe I haven't looked at this page for a while. She's so cute. Let me just get her to 20. Yay.
My perception has been heightened.
Talk. Wow, one fate. Everyone else is at 20. It's really not that impressive. Mona is my favorite character. And then Yoimiya. And well, I do like Ganyu Kokomi. Kazuha. Yai? Shisho? Yanfei? Yelan. Lynette is also pretty cute. Yeah, I don't play enough. I just play for the story now. Okay, we got one fate.
Cannot be changed.
Oh wow, what a surprise. Poggers. Let's see. Oh, it's been too long. It's been too long. It's gone. Oh no. Oh no. Well, whatever.
Nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
How long do you play? I mean, I just started again a few weeks ago, but that's a lot of characters. I played since the game came out. Since the game came out, which is, I believe, 2020, 30th of August, maybe. Yeah, I played when it came out, but I was sort of an avid player, but then I got really lazy.
Only by ridding oneself
Around
of
like
clutter can one see the
1.6,
true
as you
world
can
around
see.
them.
As you can see how I haven't even completed Jolie's thingy. Look at this. Look at all of these. Carissa. Oh no. Sort of. I don't know. Oh no. Wait, what? She's related to Sumeru? Oh no, so many things to do. Oh no, look at all of these. I've only ever finished Barbara's and half of Noelle's. I feel really lazy. Maybe I should unlock. I don't have keys yet. Ah, I don't even do my dailies. Lol. What is that? Here? Hangout events. You don't know about these? You like date them and then like make different choices and then end up different, and then you get a scene card. Yeah. A lot of work for these two. Then you get primos a little bit. Not really worth it. Like, you can do them if you really love the characters, but yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it if you really love the characters. It's like you know how 5-star characters get these stories, the 4-star ones get these ones. Oh, I think I would do it if like when they make one for Lynette. I do like her a lot. Yeah, let's leave these for next time. I'm hungry. Toala. Okay, so hold on as I my schedule. Okay. So tomorrow at my time would be 3 p.m. At Hong Kong time would be 10 p.m. At what's that? At EST would be 10 a.m. I would be playing the Teal Mask, which is the DLC of Pokemon Violet. I haven't gotten the game. I will get it in a second later, but it will be like my first time playing, first time touching the DLC. And then on Sunday, also at the same time, I would be playing Hidden Cats in London. We got like 100 cats to find, and in hard mode we got 150. So it is our first time playing the game. So I hope to find the first 1 to 40 cats. Also, now I know what I can do with the keys. Oh yeah, the keys are for keys are not for the 4-star characters. The keys are for the 5 stars one. Here, I think. Oh wait, you do need the keys for the 4 stars one. I forgot. Why did I accidentally unlock Furry Sands? Why did I do that? Huh. Yeah, you need the big ones. You need 1 key for the 5 stars, and you need 2 keys for the 4 stars. Doesn't make sense, but yeah. But like, yeah. 你個數讀點解有人記得嘅？可以數即係嘅，我個數讀係未完嘅。I was reminded of my studio cat, which is Sudoku with cats. I think I still got like 1 or 2 streams to finish it. 我咩都冇講過 ，OK 好啊，我會開嘅，仲有1至2個台啦，即係我覺得應該仲需要1至2個台嘅時間，我會開嘅。但係咧就係星期5 10點，即係聽晚10點就會係壁之假面，我一陣間就會買 game 噶啦，咁就係即係初見壁之假面啦，跟住咧就會係星期日晚都係10點咧就會係玩呢個。我唔識翻譯，總之就喺倫敦揾貓啦，希望揾到1至40隻咁樣，咁就聽日見啦。Need to leave. See ya. I need to leave too. Make sure that you like you are following my Twitter, join my Discord server, and subscribe to my YouTube. Let me find someone to raid. Let me see. Who is this? I don't remember following them. I actually do not remember following them. Okay, let's rate them. I don't remember following them, but maybe I do know them. Okay, let's go rate them. Huh? I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. 聽晚10點見. Thanks for coming, Warrior. And then 辛苦晒 Peng, 跟住 thanks for coming, Balden. 辛苦晒 Q 軒，辛苦晒 Ray， 辛苦晒戰鬥女僕，thanks for coming Groove， 跟住 Some was Andy. Some was a Harry Ho. Thanks for coming, said. Then thanks for coming, enemy RCC, which I don't know if I should call you enemy or RCC. Some was a 天倫，跟住some was a Sunny. Some was a Angus. Thanks for coming, set CC. Some was a MK. Some was a 嗰度陳夢姐。Thanks for coming, well poor. 跟住呢，我望下 YouTube 嗰邊先。Goodbye. Thanks for coming. 跟住thanks for coming, Werewolf Game. And I believe that's it. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Let's go. See you guys tomorrow. So was that here again? Stop.見到你個牌遲咗，辛苦晒 Toby 聽日見，聽日見。